Okay. So I just passed the floor 30 of the Void Messenger. Unfortunately, I didn't record any because I thought the maximum is going to be 60, but it turns out to be 30. But yeah, this one is not really a problem. For the first 30 floors, you can just use any team. Any team that does AoE damage is gonna work well in the Void Messenger for the first 30 floors. Right now, I'm gonna be explaining over the chimeras. So the first thing, your first team matters a lot as well. Right now your point is going to be determined by your first team, and the reason is because the advanced strat for the first team is at 100%, while the second chimera, which is the goat, is at, well, whatever it is right now, right? By the way, this thing carries over to the next phase, so make sure you do all of the quests so you can get a head start. Right now I'm already at 21% on the first day. Basically the first team is going to be a point booster because the advanced strat is already at 100%. Lo and behold, Mateo is still a must-have because I'll explain to you in a bit. The first team is what I'm using for the previous. I don't change anything. This is what the team that I'm using for the last phase. And then my second team, Yuhime, is very good here because she provides the defense down every turn, and she is also an adjudicator. Gabrielle is also very good. She has double AoE. She is also a adjudicator. Embla, I will show you how broken Embla is in this game mode. Ashley is on Ocean Waves, attack speed. You don't need any crit rate on her, just give her speed so that she can cycle her S3 fast, and also to cycle her S2 so that she can apply the defense down. Oh sorry, the attack down, and also potentially stun the ads. And then I'm bringing Meredith for the heals and for the speed up. Multi-hits don't really matter because the Judicator can only apply 5 on every hit. So a normal unit will apply 5, while a Judicator will apply 10 on every turn, essentially, not on every hit. So this is more of a bearable buff, and not so much like this Imprisoner is beyond broken. Mateo is only broken because of this Imprisoner buff, by the way. And the Judge buff is not broken because it's only per hit, essentially. It's not it's not per hit, it's per attack. So even if you do like 3 hits, you're still gonna apply 1 of this Judicator stuff. So the first thing that you need to know is that both of your team are gonna amount for the point that you get. The reason why Mateo is still a must-have, because the first team without a Mateo, you cannot reliably reduce this thing to 0, this King's Menace to 0 stacks. As you can see later, even the first rotation I couldn't even get this one to 0, but with the Mateo you can easily get it down to 0 because every time your ally attacks, Mateo's spark is going to explode and it's going to add like at least 3 of the lockdown effect on the boss, which is why he's completely broken with the Imprisoner buff. And the reason why you want this King's Menace to be at 0, because when this thing, it attacks targets on all battlefields. So it's not just attacking this team, it's also attacking this team as well. And when it attacks this team, it reduces the defense by 5% every time. And that is why you want this King's Menace to be at 0. The same thing with this one. You want this thing to be at 0 because this Thunder Shock will also attack targets on all battlefields. All battlefield will be affected. Even the first team, the second team, and the third team will also be affected. We can guess that the last boss is also gonna have this type of mechanic, whereas he has this pink attack which will attack all battlefield. Now that the advanced strat is not leveled, because the advanced strat for the team 1 is at 100%, whereas the team 2 right now I have it at 21%. The point booster, the point determinator is going to be your team 1. As you can see, the team 1 is already at 9 million while the team 2 is at 2 million, and that's solely because of the advanced strat. In due time we will get 100% on both, and then the point determination will be between team 1 and team 2, more balanced. Okay, as you can see, this is the first rotation, and I couldn't even get this thing down to 0 turns or 0 stacks. It is very difficult to get it to 0 stacks without Mateo. The boss got boosted speed and stats this time around. I was able to get it to 0 stacks with the same team, but this time the boss got boosted stats and speed, which is going to make him slightly more a lot more difficult to get to 0 stacks without Mateo. For this one, I can't really get it down to 0 because I'm not using there's 2 spots that I'm not using Judicator, but it's not really that important because this boss doesn't really hit that hard. The one that's hitting really hard is this boss, because this King's Menace reduces your defense. I'll show you one more run after this, just focusing on this team 2. But basically, Embla just pops off like crazy. Every time the corrupted seed explodes, or every time one of the ads dies, when it has the corrupted seed, Embla gains 30% AP. So she cycles her turn like crazy. There we go. Embla just took another turn. And as you can see, she's gonna take one more turn very soon. I put her on Astralis so that she can cycle, she can put more of the corrupted seed. See, she's gonna get another turn when that thing explodes. Okay, yep, she's already 100%. R2 Embla is completely broken. I'll show you the damage after this. She's doing this much at 20% advanced strat. One more thing you need to know is that after 25 million, the score distribution will be 10 to 1. It's the same as the previous one, whereas after 50 million, the score distribution is going to be 1 to 10. For every 10 damage you do, you get 1 point. As you can see, the boss just attacked my team 1 and my team 1 is dead. I couldn't even get to 25 million because of that. I'll do one more run after this. This is not a good run. Yeah, okay, so now my team 1 is dead. The Raging Lion is on Rampage. So every turn that the boss takes, he is going to do an AoE attack. Yep, there we go. He's going to do an AoE attack on all battlefields. You'll see. See? My units died because the Raging Lion attacked. There. He's gonna do it on every single turn that that he takes. So he's gonna attack all of the battlefield. It's not just gonna be the team 2, it's also gonna be the team 3. Now take a look at the damage. Li Guang is doing the most damage because he is max reso, and he's my main DPS on the team 1. These two are not really doing that much. Elaine is not built as a DPS. I gave her speed and that's about it. And look at Embla, 7 million without max advanced strat. The advanced strat is at 20% and she's doing 7 million. That is something else. She's doing about the same as Li Guang with 100% advanced strat. I'll go one more time, but this time I'll just focus on the team 2 so that you can see how it goes. The first couple of turns you can attack the boss because the boss doesn't have the stealth, but he gains stealth after one attack, and he's gonna have it up forever. I think one of the attacks is gonna give him stealth. I think it's the spirit body, probably. But yeah, the first couple of turns you can attack the boss, but after that you're only gonna attack the ads. And the stealth buff that he gets cannot be removed because it is a gold buff. There, he gains the stealth. So this attack gives him stealth. I think that's the gains spirit body. So it's the second attack that he gains the stealth. So now you will only be targeting the ads, and Embla will just keep doing insane amounts of damage while gaining a shit ton of turns. And also, I forgot to mention there is a turn limit of 150 this time, so yeah, keep that in mind. But with the point decay, I would assume that first team is going to have 25 million. The second team will also have 25 million point decay. So once you hit 25 million, the score distribution is going to be 1 to 10. 1 point for every, no, sorry, 10 points for every, no, what am I saying? 10 damage for, no, what am I saying? 1 damage for every 10 points. That's what it means. Also, finally, one use for Yuhime aside from PvP. She is a Judicator here. I really don't like this Judicator bullshit and Prisoner bullshit. I think they should just remove it. It makes like some units outshine others. It's like artificial power increase. I really don't like it. Just remove it, because that's really what makes units like Mateo completely broken. Because the main mechanic on these bosses is that you want to apply as many locked-on effects on this guy so that you can get it down to 0. And Mateo does that too well. That's why he's broken. It's not because his damage is crazy or anything like that. It's just the fact that he provides too many of this debuff. Whenever your ally attacks, his spark is going to explode and then he's going to, you know, do his shenanigans. You can actually apply like the locked on effect with just one rotation if you have a Mateo, which you know, kind of crazy. I really don't like the Imprisoner and Judicator buffs. They should really remove it. It's very dumb. Astralis Embla at R2 is just it's just hard carrying this this boss right now. Once I get my Camille to R6, maybe I would swap it out with maybe my Gabrielle. I really don't know actually. Alright, this might be a new high score because we're already at 5 million on team 2. Oh, never mind, my team 1 just died. Yeah, the team 1, you still need a Mateo in order to do well, which is, I don't know, man. Mateo is just too broken because of the Imprisoner buff. I'm just gonna leave this one. Yeah, you need a lot of RNG with the team 1 so that it doesn't die too fast. You need the team 1 to rack up to 25 million so that because the team 1 is going to be your main point booster for the first couple of weeks when your advanced strat for the team phase 2 for the soaring goat is at low level. I'll do one more run. We'll see if I can break my high score. I think that's my high score right now. No, I'm like 70k off, but yeah, not bad. 11 million on Liguang. Embla doing 8.4 million. Okay, you still need your Mateo for that team 1 to apply the locked on effect as many times as you can on the boss, because without Mateo it's really, I don't think it's possible to apply the locked on to 0 stacks. Maybe on the first rotation you can if you have Unas. Without Unas, it's not really possible to get the boss down to 0 stacks on the first rotation. And then obviously on the second rotation also you can't get to 0 stacks. At this point, it's not completely carried by Mateo, because the score for Team 1 is basically capped at 25 million, because after that your score is going to go up by 10-1 ratio or 1-10 ratio. So you need both teams to be doing damage so that you can get to 50 million reliably. The world ranking, as you can see, the top dude is already at 38 million. That's because his Team 1 is completely carrying him. If you have a strong Team 1, like for example a Mateo, a Xuan Pin, that can get like 30 million, and your Team 2 can get 8 million, that's already good enough. So yeah, right now I'm at 27, but I'm dropping very fast. It's just because the event is new and people haven't tried it yet. This Celestial Anomaly, I kind of like it, you know. This, because the Team 1 affects the Team 2, and also it's going to affect the Team 3 as well. I kind of like this. This is actually nice. It's actually a difficult content that is not just based on like this team doing damage, then you get the score, or this team doing damage, you get the score. It's all three teams has to synergize well, so that you can get a better overall score. It's nice, but right now, again, my main gripe with the game mode is the Judicator buff. This thing is, it shouldn't be in the game. I mean, Mateo is good, but I'm not saying he's not good at all. It's the fact that he's an Imprisoner makes him broken for this content, because every hit that your ally does, he's going to do. It's as if he is doing the damage. So every hit your ally does, he's going to apply the lockdown effect. And that's the reason why he's so broken, why it's not fun, because he is a must-have for the Team 1 to apply the lockdown effect. And it's probably going to be true for this Judge Judicator as well. I'm not too sure whether Lion Dude is going to apply the Judge or whatever effect this Judge Judicator does. If his true damage is going to apply this, if he does, he will be a must-have. But if he doesn't, then he's not a must-have, which is what makes Mateo a must-have, because his Spark debuff applies the lockdown effect. I think I've been rambling on for too long, but yeah, those are the things that you need to know on this event. That's about it. Ciao.